this to ISO controller or character. And while it is required that we have print string nodes on all casts, I don't require that for my own work. So, fuck it. Don't need it. All right, so that's that. Boom. Very simple replacement right there, and it kind of shows you what kind of stuff, like if you want to use this in your own work and you want to change the character, boom, oh, you want to use the door, I changed the cast. That's really all I had to do to be able to use this. Then where is pickups, key? Now the key I actually want to make larger in this, so we're gonna grab both of these. And we're going to go 2, 2, 2. And the collision, 2, 2, 2. And we're going to take this and pull it up just a little bit. And that's specifically for this. We'll change all the materials and stuff in a little while. I'm not too worried about that right now. Event, let's see, we want to change this. Boom. ISO character. And so this is the key script. Basically, all it does is it checks whatever character you're running, and it says, okay, well, make sure or like if it is this character, it goes, okay, give this character this key. Now I have it set up. You don't have to do it this way. I did it this way for a specific reason. But I have it set up to where the key itself does not disappear until it is used. What it does is instead it goes hidden in game and can't be interacted with again. So once it's been interacted with, it disappears and stops rendering, which means it's going to stop taking up at least render space or whatever you call it. My brain's fried right now. I'm not thinking straight. But it takes that and instead goes, okay, this thing, pretend it doesn't exist. And then once you actually use it, then it destroys that actor because it's been used. So that's really all I did here. And it interacts with the door by the door going, okay, is this door checking for some special key? Like a named key, or in the case of the example that I gave, a blue key. Like it's looking for that. No, okay, it can use pretty much any old key that's not a special key. That's pretty much the door, and it's not really super complicated. Let's see. For now, we can use the archway mesh and just plop it down there. Be like, okay, door. So this door will not open without a key. Well, that key is going to be sitting right up here. And we're going to go blueprints, boom, pickups, key, boom. Okay. So we move around here. Can't move the camera right now. Boom, we got the key. Run around and go whee! And now we are free. So, very simple. My plan is to have a couple more things where there's a guard moving around in here and checking stuff and looking for the individual in question. I'm going to go ahead and put a light here. That way you can see what's going on. Let's crank that intensity up just a little bit. And by a little bit, I mean like, 7,000, whatever. I don't sweat the details, except when I do, which is always. Okay, so that's basically going to be the test bed that we're using. Let me put a couple of pillars or something just to give the AI stuff to walk around. Let's see, meshes. Let's use the box. Doesn't look pretty, but it'll work for our purposes. Then, oops. This is the great thing about white boxing is it can be ugly as sin as long as it works. There we go. Okay. Boom. And then we'll drag one in here, shrink it to 5, and let's add 5 that way and make it 2 that way. Plenty of stuff to hide around and to use. Now, thinking, gonna need a nav mesh. So let me go ahead and nav mesh bounds volume. For those of you who have never messed with AI before, which I wish I could count myself in that category, I am not very good with them, but I am trying to learn, which is part of what this project is for. The nav mesh bound volume is a pretty useful little thing that basically, when you put it down, it gives you an area in which certain objects can interact and move. AI is one of those things, unless you use the EQS system, which I'm not even going to try to mess with because that's not what I need. This is going to be enough for what I need. If you hit P, you will see. So in this green area here, you see how it kind of cuts around any objects that are within it. Basically, the AI can move on any of this green space as long as you tell it to. You can of course tell it to not do certain things or not go places, etc. Like I have a couple of plans here, but they'll basically be able to move onto any of this stuff. Now, what that means is when I place an AI in here, it's what I'm going to have it do. And this is, of course, planning stage. So let me get a notepad out because it's very important, in my opinion, to take notes on what you are planning. So here we go. We are doing an ISO stealth game for kids. It's kind of the general idea. Let's see. So stuff we need. Pickups. Done. Character. Working on it. AI. Okay. Boom. Goal. Okay. So for each one, I'm going to start with AI because that's going to be the most extensive. AI, I'm going to need to give it vision, give it hearing, which there is a perception thing that I'm going to check into. I don't know if it's a viable option for what I'm trying to do. Vision and hearing, okay. Movement, free movement, and for chasing, follow path for unaware. Okay, catch mechanic. Start level over. Take stuff. Okay, that's going to be that. Pickups. I am planning on giving the character a couple of abilities. So, abilities. Short range teleport. Smoke bomb / dizzy bomb thing. I don't know. Sleep spell thing. All right, so those are kind of going to be things that I'm planning on having the player be able to pick up and throw at an enemy to, make them for a brief time spin around in circles or fall asleep where they are, or throw some smoke to make it to where the player can't be seen in this area for a brief period of time, kind of thing. And those are going to be limited items that you can pick up and you go around, you pick up these items, you can use them to get to the objective, and then you have to try to get out. Uh, so that'll be something that we are looking at. I'm not going to have lives in this game. It's going to be if you fail, you start over on the map, kind of thing. Yeah, nothing, no deaths or anything like that. That's all unnecessary. So it's going to be pretty simple. Now, let's see. For the player, character, ISO character, let's see. Do I want to give the camera... Let's see. Let's see. Add controller. Let's see. Roll. Pitch. Yeah. Okay. So mouse X is yaw. I may change this. I don't particularly want this to be a third-person game. I want it to actually be up in the kind of up in the air. So I'll probably change this, but just for our purposes right now, I'm going to. Actually, I don't need the mouse Y. I just need to be able to rotate the camera. Or not. What am I doing wrong here? Oh, target. Let's see. Q. Okay. Let's try my original idea here. Rotate. Add relative rotation. And let's see, it's going to be along the z-axis. 1. Okay, so that is way too small, but is the right idea. Also, I need this to be done a little bit smoother. So, I'm going to make a gate. Boom. Alright, we're going to set timer by function name. Turn L. Or turn cam L. And the time is going to be 0.08. And we're going to do a lerp from get relative rotation